Hi everybody. Well, here we go with a new series that we're going to show the build out and installation of all our Tacoma products. So before we hop into this Tacoma project walkthrough, I thought I would just explain to you a little bit about what we have to offer for the Toyota Tacoma first generation that I alluded to. We have been building a independent front suspension kit for the Tacomas for several years now and have started to expand the line to be able to offer for Tacoma specifically and also just mini trucks in general. And our goal is to be able to provide quality premium suspension kits and chassis products, brake conversions, upgrades for mini trucks and the entire market. I've seen it's been underserved and wanted to get back to my roots with the mini trucks and offer some things that the market doesn't in general. So with the help of Max Fish and myself, we have come up with this kit. It's been through a couple renditions. We're on version 2 now. It just keeps getting better as we are able to streamline the design and improve it as things move along, and also add more products to our line. The first, like I said, the independent front suspension kit, which bolts into a factory frame location and it replaces the entire front suspension, upper arm, spindle, lower arm, shock. And we do that in order to provide the correct geometry to the vehicle when you lower it down so far. The kit can get 10 inches of travel, full range of motion without ball joint bind. We actually use uniballs. The latest rendition of the kit is now using a bolt-in hub bearing, so there's no more bearings, spindle preload, greasing, all that maintenance stuff. It's now just a bolt-on unit that's sealed, more like a modern vehicle. While we do this, it also narrows the track width of the vehicle to over an inch per side, a little over 2 inches total, 2 1/4 about, which helps with tucking a big wheel and tire inside the fenders as they roll up and you get laid out. So that really helps improve. And then, you know, like I said, we improve geometry and maintain minimal to no bump steer and get a whole 10 inches of travel out of the vehicle. So that's just kind of a rundown for the front suspension kit. We also offer a partial front kit. So for the trucks that are out there that have already been bagged for a while but still don't have great geometry, it's a spindle and upper arm only, and that would also take the Willwood disc brake upgrade. And what that does is that if you already have most of the system there but you have a lot of camber and bump steer and some of the typical issues, this will help resolve a lot of that as well, basically giving you the new spindle and upper arm, and that'll bolt into the factory location and technically even a factory lower arm. So those are a couple options for the front end. A couple other things that we offer for Tacoma specifically is a brake master conversion to a manual brake booster. So this eliminates the stock factory power booster on the firewall and goes to a Willwood master, but utilizes the stock pedal in the Tacoma. So there's a lot of problems with the booster getting in the way of wheel and tire, inner fenders and all that when you bag them, especially when you body drop them. But even if it's just laid out on the factory without being body dropped, then you still have an issue with that booster being in the way. So this removes all that. It's a CNC machined adapter plate as well as clevis and everything to hook back into the factory pedal. Changes the ratio a little bit on the pedal for master because we're going to the Willwood master. So that's another good kit there that'll help with the front end conversion. Then we move out back, we're developing an entire back half for mini trucks, not just Tacoma specifically, but also just mini trucks in general. And then there'll be an option as well for Tacomas, which really the only thing that adds is Tacoma specific bed mounts. But the mini truck back half, we're finalizing things right now, and we're gonna have a video that's shown on this truck as well on the installation of that. And we're just finalizing a couple details, a few little things on fitment, make sure we have it all down for production, and then be able to have that on the website as well. And then the last thing is a rear disc brake conversion kit for Tacoma axles. So this removes the drum brakes from the rear and allows you to have matching Willwood brakes in the rear to match the front of our kit. This is a standalone kit for the rear that has a CNC machine caliper adapter and Willwood parts that we have assembled to make a complete kit, including stainless steel braided lines, all the hardware and everything to bolt that into either a pre-Tacoma or a Tacoma axle. They both are very similar, and so we'll both work on that conversion kit. Anyway, just wanted to explain a little bit about those product offerings in a little more detail. And now we'll get you back, show you the new project truck we got going. So we have a first gen Tacoma here. She's a little rough, but it's gonna be a great one to showcase all the stuff that we can put on there, installation, tips and tricks, you know, whatever we come up with, kind of showing how the whole system works, what we offer, what goes together. And, you know, as we develop more stuff, this is kind of the truck that'll keep installing and keep evolving and progress into what we have to help you guys all out with first gen Tacoma stuff. It's pretty beat up old stock truck, but it's there, it's stock, hasn't been messed with. So kind of walk around here. It's pretty beat up in the front. It's been in a couple minor accidents. You can see 4-cylinder, like I said, bone stock. And so this will show us how we cut the inner fenders, clearance them for wheels and tires, turning, you know, all just the basic stuff. It's not going to be body drop to start with. It'll just be bagged and laid out on stock body, and then it might evolve. We'll see how things go. Come around here. This is the great part here. Got this lovely plexiglass window. You know, that's how you hold it up. Little clamps. I don't know what they had rigged up here, but obviously there's no regulator anymore. And, you know, this fancy chain is a door handle, but it works, I guess. Basic interior, automatic. Seats aren't great. Extended cab. And then we'll move on to the rear. Pull the bed and get that all stripped down, and then show how basically the rear is going to be pretty easy as far as just cut the chassis off, frame rails and everything right behind the cab, and then the whole new clip installs there, and it's a whole new back half. But then we'll have to trim the bed up and do it so it fits after the notches in there and everything. It's a good starting point, good project truck. We can go through all the steps. So it'll be IFS kit, back half, and then manual brake master conversion kit is currently all the stuff that we have planned for it, and kind of show through, and also help out with install, showing some of the details that we don't have, you know, kind of supplement the instructions and all that stuff that we send with the kits on all the different things. And then we'll go through, and as other products develop and other things we have, got some other things, you know, in the works for Tacomas, and then we'll showcase that on this truck, and who knows, eventually maybe it'll get body dropped and kind of go in stages and show what you can all do. So follow along. If you got any suggestions or whatever, you know, bring those along as well. Thank you.